life is easy for social guys. I think everyone knows what I'm talking about when I say social guys. Like, let's say you go to a party, there's gonna be people sitting in the corner not talking to people. Then there's gonna be the social guys walking around talking to people, introducing themselves, introducing their friends to other people, and just making small talk and having a good time. These are the kind of guys that have tremendously easy lives, and you would never believe it, especially if you're someone that's socially awkward, who's not that social, who's more on the introverted side. You would never believe just how great life is for these people. And I never believed it too, but then I completely transformed my life in the past 2 to 3 years, and I've been getting very good socially, and I've become one of these social guys. I went from someone who was an introvert, who didn't talk to anyone, who was shy, to someone who's social, who's talking to people, who's always in and out of social groups, talking, meeting new people, meeting important people, and just life as a whole has improved. And I've compiled some reasons on why their life is way better than my life was, and probably your life right now. Their life is just way fucking better than yours if you're one of those socially awkward guys who aren't social, who's scared to initiate conversations and shit. I'm gonna tell you what the reality is for life for these guys. The very first reason why these guys have life pretty much on easy mode is because their day-to-day interactions are fucking easy. Every single interaction they have from them, excuse me, I have allergies. From the moment they leave their house, they get in their car, they go to the fucking cafe, they're talking to the waitress there, they're making small talk. Oh, I really like your shirt today. Are you looking great? Like, they're smooth with it. All these day-to-day interactions are smooth. They never have an awkward moment in their day. They're always saying some shit. They're always making people smile around them. They're going to the cafe, they leave, they hold the door open for the next person. They're like, hey, have a good day. Whatever. You get what I'm saying, but their day-to-day interactions are easy. I remember when I used to pull up to school, I would have so much fucking anxiety. And I don't know why in particular, but now that I look back at it, I know exactly why I had anxiety. I had anxiety going to school because I wasn't good socially. I would go to school and I would go into this environment, this realm of life in which I was being dominated. Now pause, don't clip that shit, but I was being dominated in this realm of life, this social realm. Because think about it, all these people, they're talking to one another, they're in their friend groups and shit, and I'm not good socially. So what the fuck? I can't like operate in that realm. But as soon as I became more social, as soon as I started to improve my speaking, articulation, social skills, small talk, all of that, I don't go to school with anxiety, bro. I go to school very, very relaxed. And my day-to-day interactions are fucking easy. There's no awkward moment. I don't make anything awkward anymore. I'm not concerned about what people think about me because I'm very smooth now. That's the first reason why their life is just fucking way better than yours. The second reason why their life is way better than yours is because people are nice to them. Like, I know when you go out of your house and you're going to different public places, yeah, you might talk to someone and they'll be generally nice. But when you become one of these social guys and you start to understand that every interaction you have is transactional, you start to realize that people are much more nice to you. And I think I know why this is, because I know you remember back in school, maybe you're still in school, you see these popular kids. These popular kids, they had status, they radiated status and confidence. So status and confidence, automatically, it's like something you would want to know someone that has status and confidence, basically. So when you're one of these social guys and you're walking around and you're talking to people and you're super smooth and people are always smiling around you, they're in a good mood, people are going to treat you nicer. Every interaction, people are going to treat you with more respect because you have more status, because you're radiating confidence. That's what I started to notice. Back when I was shy, I had no social skills, people weren't super nice, but now, like, people are very pleasant to me. Like, I'll go walk up to someone, like, they'll compliment me or whatever. Just life as a whole, people treat you different. I can say that from firsthand experience. And if I would have known this shit before, when I was sitting in the back of class not saying shit and not talking to anyone, making new friends, nothing like that, if I knew that shit before, I would have wanted to build my social skills much faster. But I mean, I'm pretty fucking early. Like I'm only 18, but whatever. Yeah, the third reason why their life is fucking fantastic is because they get a lot more opportunities. Because if you think about it, like let's say you walk out in the rain. If you stay inside when it's raining, you're not going to get wet. If you go outside, obviously all these raindrops are going to fall. You get more exposure. It's a similar analogy. Like if you go talk to random people, you're going to start knowing more people, obviously. Even if it's just small talk, even if you just said, hey, how's your day going? Or like, where you headed to? Even just interactions like that, you're going to start knowing more people. What happens is that you start knowing important people. You start knowing people that need positions or need fucking things from you. Like just the other day, maybe a few weeks ago, I was talking to one of my friends and I found out that he had a fucking detailing business. And I'm a fucking marketer. I'm extremely good at marketing. I studied marketing for months and months and months on it, and I know exactly how it fucking works. On top of that, I could edit his videos that he posts on his detailing page so he can get more clients. So I was thinking about that actually this morning, about a possible side hustle, because I just fucking quit my job, because fuck my job, right? But I was thinking about that as a possible side hustle, and I was realizing like why is that? It's because I go around talking to people and I start knowing people that have different stuff going on, and you start getting opportunities. They go out one day and they're talking, they're having a conversation, and they're like, yeah, I need someone for this. Actually, I know a guy, and that guy's gonna be you if you're one of these social guys. So they just get way more opportunities, which is fucking awesome. They're always, I don't know what the word is. Adamant, is that the word? They're always like taking initiative. They're always on the first and foremost of everything, basically. If you get what I'm saying. So the last reason why their life is way better than you is because they have fun in any interaction. Like when I was back in class, sitting down, just doing work on my laptop, I would see people having fun, laughing, and I was like, why are they laughing and having fun? Like, they should be doing work. Now, I'm the opposite. Bro, as soon as I started to become more charismatic and more likable, the funnest moments I've had is just when I'm sitting with the boys and we're joking and we're having a good time, just making jokes back and forth and doing banter. That's a peak human experience. I think from the lowest of the low, from the poorest people to the very top echelons of human society where people are multi-billionaires, one of the most peak human experiences is when you're sitting there with your boys, laughing, having a good time. That's what I heard from a millionaire on the internet. And I think that's extremely true because that's some of the most funnest moments I've had recently in my life. Yeah, I remember I used to play video games a long time ago. I would have fun, yeah. Like I would go play basketball, have fun. I would go play for my football team back in the day when I was in middle school and have fun. But nothing brings that much joy as you're just sitting there and you're just fucking laughing back and forth with the boys. That's a peak human experience. So when you're one of these social guys and you're charismatic and you know how to make jokes that land, you start having fun with the boys. And life is just much more fun that way. Like your life will noticeably improve. Is that noticeably improve every single day? You have an interaction that's social like this. So, man, I can't believe I was missing out on that genuinely. Like, back in the day, I wouldn't talk to anyone. I can't believe I missed out on all these fun experiences, just laughing back and forth with the guys, because I was too socially awkward. So, it's another reason why their life is fucking fantastic. Now, I get what you're saying. You're hearing me, and you're like, yeah, that sounds fantastic. That's fucking great. Their life is amazing. My life sucks, whatever. What do I do about it? Well, that's extremely important. It's a good question to ask. So how do you actually become one of these social beacons? How do you actually become one of these social guys that are doing all these things? They get opportunities. They have no social awkwardness throughout their day. They're having a good time wherever they are. How do you actually become one of these? Well, that's the question I asked myself before. And now I've managed to completely transform my life and become one of these guys. and my life has improved. And I've told you firsthand what I've experienced on how my life improved, and I'm going to tell you exactly how I did it. I can't tell you everything because I would be sitting here for hours and hours, but some of the most important things for you to know in order to become one of these social guys, I'm going to tell you in this video. So the very first thing you need to understand is that you need to become an initiator. You need to become someone that's very good at starting conversations. And think about a party setting, right? If you're in a party, if you're one of these social guys, you're going to walk around introducing yourself. Hey, how are you? How do you know the guest here? Who invited you? When did you guys pull up? They're initiating conversations, these social guys. So that's something I'd get very, very good at, initiating conversations. And the way I was able to get good at that is I would go through my school. So I was in school. So you might not be in school. You might be out of school. You could do this at the workplace. You could do this at a park or a supermarket or whatever. But what I would do is that I would walk through my school, and anytime I see an adult walk by, I'll just say, hey, good morning, good morning, good morning, as I walk through the hallways. Obviously, if it's afternoon, I'd say good afternoon. But that's what I'd say. I'd just say, good morning, hey, how are you? Small talk. That would get me in the repetition of starting interactions and being the first one to say something, because most people out here, they're sitting there being victims to life. They're sitting there saying, I'm just going to sit here and wait to see if anyone talks to me. Where's my friends at? I'm not that. I'm someone who's initiating interactions. So you want to become very good at that. And the way you're going to do that is by starting small. You don't want to start full-on conversations, especially if you're not charismatic, you're not good at speaking yet. But you want to get good at initiating things. Hey, good morning, how are you? How's it going? How's your day going? Where are you headed to? Just simple shit like that. Small comments. So that's what I would do. The second thing you need to understand, that every single interaction you have is transactional. Every single one. If you think about the most wholesome relationships, a boyfriend and a girlfriend, let's say a man and a woman, they fall in love, even that's transactional. That lady, she fell in love with the guy who's in shape. Let's say this guy's in shape, Jerry. Jerry's not a cool name. We're going to call him Tom. Tom, he's in shape, he's charismatic, he's smooth, he has a job. Let's just say that. Let's say they fall in love, but then Tom, he loses his fucking money, he loses his job, becomes fat as shit, and now he's ugly. Do you think that woman's still gonna be in love? Fuck no, that woman's gonna leave that guy. So everything is transactional. The most wholesome relationships are transactional. So the idea that you're gonna go walk up to someone and laugh with them and have a good time and be friends with them just because they're funny, it's fucking ridiculous. Every single relationship is transactional. If you have a friend in your life, or you meet someone that doesn't benefit your life in any way, shape, or form, fuck him. You're gonna die one day. There's no time to wasting with stupid motherfuckers that are gonna waste your time and make your life worse. If you're not making my life better, I don't want to fucking know you. And everyone feels the same about you. Everyone's thinking that, yeah, this guy, does he make my life better or does he not? Well, if he doesn't, then fuck, I don't care about him. They're not thinking about this consciously, they're thinking about this subconsciously. So it's very important that you understand this. It's not something necessarily to do, but it's something to understand. Because once you understand this, you're going to realize that, yeah, if I don't present myself in a way that's competent, in a way that makes people want to know me, then no one's ever going to give a fuck about me. So that's what you need to know. Every relationship is transactional. You need to present yourself like a professional, like someone who's worth knowing. And you need to look at people like that too. Look at people around you and look at them and see if they're worth knowing. You know what I mean? There's a reason why you're not friends with homeless people, because they're not worth knowing. So now that you completely understand that every single relationship is transactional and you're not friends with homeless people for a reason, so you're no different than all these other guys. Don't sit there and be like, yeah, I don't judge people. You don't have one single homeless friend. You know damn well every single relationship is transactional. Okay? This is human nature. And it's extremely important you understand this and don't ignore this if you want to be one of these social guys. Because a big reason why people are nice to them is because they're competent. There's someone of status. There's someone worth knowing. People are nice to these kind of people. All right, so it's extremely important you know that. The third thing you want to know, if you want to become one of these social guys, is that you need to be good at having fun. Like I said earlier, some of the peak human experiences I've had recently is just sitting down laughing with the boys. And that's a peak experience, whether you're at the bottom of life or at the top of life. Just sitting down laughing with the boys, fucking around, have a good time. That's a peak experience. So you want to get good at having fun. So how do you get good at having fun? Well, you got to be funny. That's for one. It's actually the main one. Be funny. Now, a lot of people are not born funny. Some people are naturally born funny. I wasn't born funny. Honestly, I wasn't born funny, but I became much more charismatic and much more funny and much more fun to be around because of this one thing I started doing that I highly recommend you start doing if you want to become very, very magnetic to be around. I started to watch stand-up comedy. I would watch it, and I would just, for fun, I wouldn't analyze it and take notes like a nerd. I would watch it, and I would pick up on their mannerisms. I'd pick up on things that made me laugh. I wouldn't sit there and steal their jokes, but I would sit there and just watch it and have a good time. And naturally, I started picking up on their mannerisms. In my day-to-day conversations, I'm much more funnier now. So just go watch some stand-up comedy. Whether it's one comedian, then watch another comedian the next day, then another. It doesn't fucking matter who you watch. Just watch them, analyze how they're funny, naturally pick up on it, and I absolutely guarantee you it's going to start coming out in your day-to-day conversations, and people are going to start laughing at your jokes. And I'm telling you, when people start laughing at your jokes, you're going to be like, holy fuck, this is an amazing feeling. Start doing that shit. That's something you need to understand. And you need to be funny without consequences. Like, a big reason why I can sit there and have a good time with my friends, even though a lot of times I make racist jokes, even though a lot of time I make like gay jokes and shit. Hopefully this video doesn't get taken down because of that. But the big reason why I can make these jokes is because I'm not afraid of confrontation. Like, I know how to fight. Like, I'm not a great boxer or whatever, but I can beat 99% of people in a fight. So I can sit here and say a joke and not be scared of confrontation. That's the whole reason why I said the joke. A lot of people will sit there and they'll be like, I don't want to tell this joke, it's too much smoke. You know, people might get offended. I don't say anything outrageous. I don't say anything about the fucking Holocaust or nothing, but I might say a risky joke here and there. But the reason why I was brave enough to say it is because I'm not afraid of confrontation. So there's two ways of going about this. Either learn how to fight, because once you learn how to fight, or you get somewhat decent at it, you don't need to become a professional boxer. You just need to get somewhat decent at it. It's going to change you. You're going to feel much more confident. And the next thing is to have some type of weapon, bro. I always carry this knife around when I'm out and about. Maybe not at school. I always carry around this knife. It's like a backup plan. Like, it just feels better. Life just feels better when you know you have a backup plan. Why sit there and be a victim when you can just have one of these? You don't even have to use it. Just have one of these and know you have a backup plan. And subconsciously, your body's going to start emanating this confidence to this other person. Like, if someone's in my face and they're yelling at me and I have this fucking knife, I know I have it on me, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to be very, very calm. I'm going to be calm, you know? And they're going to be like, whoa, why is this guy so calm? Like, something's not right here. And they're going to stop yelling, you know what I mean? I'd recommend you do that. If it's not you, it's not you, but you're putting yourself at a disadvantage. That's another thing. And I'd say the last thing you need to know, because I'm trying to wrap up this video, because I want to go play basketball, honestly, but the last thing you need to know is that you need to be good at speaking to some degree. No one, and absolutely no one, is going to want to listen to you if you're not good at speaking. You see this, and you probably experienced this yourself. Someone's talking to you, and they're speaking very slowly. And you're sitting there, you're like fucking tapping your finger, like, oh my god, when is this guy going to stop talking? They're speaking super slow, like, you just like spit it out. If that's you, no one's going to want to listen to you. Also, you might see someone that stutters a lot. If there's someone that's stuttering a lot, they're like, but I was... Shut the fuck up. I just stop talking as a whole. Like, that person needs to stop talking. That's what they need to do. So people are going to feel the same way about you If you're speaking slow, you're stuttering, if you're not good at speaking, you're not speaking rhythmically, you're speaking monotone, like, no one's gonna want to fucking listen to you. You need to be good at speaking to some degree. You don't need to be as good as me, but you should definitely be good enough to articulate your ideas in a way people want to listen to. And those are extremely valuable. If you want to become one of these social guys, these are a lot of the lessons that I had to learn the hard way. These are a lot of the lessons that I had to slowly learn how to do, and eventually I integrated it into my psyche, and that's what allowed me to go from one of these guys that were shy, that didn't speak to people, that was boring to be around, to one of these guys that are fun to be around, that get opportunities, that their day-to-day interactions I have no anxiety in, and I'm super smooth. You know what I mean? That's what helped me change. Now there's more things you need to know. There's more advanced things. There's lessons I still have that you're gonna need to know overall. Now, I had to learn the hard way. That's why I get on this camera and teach people what to do so they can save themselves hardship. And if you want to save yourself a lot of time and a lot of effort and a lot of trial and error when it comes to making this transformation that completely and utterly changed my life, if you want to save yourself a lot of time, I have a program where I teach you lessons on how to exactly do this the right way so you don't have to fucking suffer. So the program's in the description. It's called Communication Lab. That's where I teach you absolutely everything you need to know to go from someone that's socially awkward to socially sharp and become one of these social beacons, I like to call them. And yeah, as I'm gonna wrap up the video now. But this video should be fucking life-changing, genuinely. So if you actually implement everything I tell you, I absolutely guarantee you with 100% certainty that your life is going to improve.